Hello and hello again. You've joined me on another episode of The Curtis Zone. I, of course, am your humble and handsome host, Dylan J. Curtis, and I ask that you hit the like and subscribe button for more content of me flexing my bouncing pecs or my arms. Which one do you want to see first? Today's yet another How Powerful Would Someone Be episode. We're doing a How Powerful Would Someone Be on Deadshot. We've asked ourselves, how powerful would Deadshot be if he had Ninjak skills, Bloodshot's powers, and Khonshu's armor? Let's talk about that real quick. But before we get started, news anyone? The first piece of news from the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog film, it has been reported that Kristen Ritter, who you may remember as Jessica Jones, has been cast in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 along with Crisco Fernandez and Aaliyah Brown. I personally cannot wait because I've seen the logo, which is currently available to look at on Facebook, and it looks amazing. I hope that everybody knows that Helen Slater has been casted as Supergirl for Superman Legacy. And speaking of Superman Legacy, it is looking like filming is to start next month. It is looking like we're getting a 2025 release for it. I personally cannot wait because we have a star-studded cast of character and a great character roster. We're going to have Hawkgirl, we're going to have Guy Gardner Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, Lex Luthor, the whole 9 yards. And of course, we're also going to have the Man of Steel. I hope that everybody's ready for it as much as I am. The final piece of news from the wonderful world of Disney, it looks like they're going forward with a live-action Nightmare Before Christmas, which is to star Johnny Depp as Jack Skellington. Personally, I think that Disney needs to slow down, but nevertheless, I can't wait, you can't wait, but hey, let's wait. Now let's get into this How Powerful Would Someone Be episode. But before we get started, I want to give you guys a quick little rundown of his origin. You see, Deadshot was first originalized in 1954, but the revamp of his backstory and history were done in the New 52s, which is what I'm going to touch on, seeing as though that is the most used version of Deadshot in both movies and animation. So, let's talk about that, shall we? As far as his origin goes, Deadshot was once a child living in poverty, but his mother wanted his brother to kill their abusive father, but Deadshot decided to do it himself. But he missed and hit his brother instead, and so he vowed to never miss again. So he trained in the army and became an expert sniper. So good, in fact, that he can kill anyone. He can nail any target from any distance. Deadshot would go back home to his wife and daughter, but he was suffering from PTSD after the war, and so he lashed out at his family, so much so that he was put in prison. However, while in prison, Amanda Waller would recruit him for the Suicide Squad, and Deadshot would become a member of it. And not just a member, he would become the leader of the Suicide Squad itself. Deadshot would move on to be in a lot of comic books to fight a lot of heroes and villains, more specifically Batman, Nightwing, and Green Arrow. Deadshot is one of the most notable assassins in all of DC comic books, which is why I've used him in this episode, and which is why another reason why he was used in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and in the Suicide Squad live-action movie when he was played by Will Smith. As far as feats of hand-to-hand combat go, Deadshot is incredibly skilled with boxing and basic Aikido. He knows the basics of boxing and Aikido. But what really sets him apart from every other assassin is the fact that he's most notably known for the fact that he can nail anyone from any long distance. His wrist-mounted machine guns make him a powerhouse, so much so that he uses them a lot. But what really sets him apart is the fact that he's an army-trained sniper that can kill anyone with any weapon from any distance. He once nailed someone between the eyes, not only from 9 miles away, but also while he himself was on a Ferris wheel. I really love that in Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, he had a jetpack, which gave him an even better vantage point in using his abilities. So yes, all I'm saying is that Deadshot is one of the most dangerous characters in DC comic books, possibly all of comic books. Ninjak was trained by MI6 to be a deadly ninja assassin, so imagine his skills in the hands of Deadshot. He was trained in ninjutsu, jujitsu, capoeira, Krav Maga, the list goes on for days, my friends. He's also been trained in corporate espionage, infiltration, a whole lot of other stuff. He's also has a very high pain tolerance, so he can take a punch from anyone. He can take a punch, a bullet, an arrow, anything. So yes, imagine his skills in the hands of Deadshot and tell me how powerful you think Deadshot would be. Bloodshot's entire body is complete nanotech, meaning that he is incredibly invincible and he has a healing factor. He is literally known as a walking dead man. He also has advanced targeting capabilities like Deadshot. The only difference is that he is incredibly strong, fast, smart, and incredibly durable as well. The man can take punches like nobody's business. He can walk through a nuclear explosion and not feel a thing. He is incredibly strong too. So strong, in fact, that he can bench press at least half of a ton. So yes, imagine his powers in the hands of Deadshot and tell me how powerful you think Deadshot would be if he had Bloodshot's powers. Khonshu's armor is incredibly dense. It's incredibly strong due to the fact that it's made and powered by the gods themselves, the Egyptian gods. Khonshu's armor has the ability of incredible speed, strength, due to the fact that it is created by Khonshu for Moon Knight. Not only that, Khonshu's armor is bulletproof, fireproof, blastproof, heat resistant to 15,000 degrees, and it can go anywhere and do anything. It houses Moon Knight's crescent darts, and it has a bow staff, a whole lot of things. So imagine this weapon in the hands of Deadshot and tell me how powerful you think he would be. With all that said, another episode of the Curtis Zone comes to a close, ladies and gentlemen. I ask that you hit the like and subscribe button for more content from the Curtis Zone. And I ask that you ask me more of what you want. Do you want another How Powerful Would Someone Be? Do you want another top 10? An evolution of? A history of? Anything like that? You guys put it in the comment section down below what you want and I will give it to you, okay? I hope that you guys give some love to our sponsors, Coastal Waste and Recycling, because as you know, your garbage powers someone's world. I'll see you all very soon. Until then.